up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today my initial idea was to do a testing viral makeup video where like TikTok made me buy it kind of thing, but then I was like, you know what, let's do a little twist. So instead we are talking about makeup that I think should be viral. So many of my OG favorite products are never talked about, they're not hyped up at all, like they're super underrated, and personally those are my favorite kinds of products to talk about, to showcase. And I do not believe in gatekeeping, so if I find something that I think is something that's going to make you feel pretty, then I'm gonna share it with you. That's just how I roll. All right, so I've already primed my eyes, so we are ready to get started. So for eyeshadow, this is how you know that I don't do these kind of videos. Like, I don't recommend products just to be able to make money from them, because with these products and just this brand as a whole, I can't create commission-based affiliate links, so you have to go to the store and buy them. Like, you can't buy them online, so just know that it's not about the money for me. These are the Believe Beauty eyeshadow palettes. So these are like $4.75 or $5 at Dollar General. Rival high-end kind of quality. This is the one I feel like everyone's gonna really enjoy. So this is in the shade Nearly Nude. This is the epitome of like a universally flattering, everyday neutral kind of palette. Shimmers are the kind of formula that look almost wet on the eyes without actually using a setting spray to wet them. And they're not like a chunky glitter or shimmer. Like, they just look so smooth and like finely milled. And the mattes are so buttery soft and smooth. Like, they're pigmented, but they're not too pigmented to where you have to be leery and cautious of like how much you put on your eye. And then this is the palette that I've really been enjoying lately, and it's more of a warm tone palette. Like, you have a like shimmery red and orange, which isn't my cup of tea right now. This is in the shade Sultry Sunset, by the way, but the other shades in here are so beautiful and neutral and like perfect for every day. I love this like matte tan shade for my crease for like an everyday basis, and the dark matte brown in here is a perfect smoky eyeliner kind of situation. Like, I don't like to use eyeliners a whole lot, but like this is amazing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of dibble dabble in both of those. Let me know in the comments below, do you have a Dollar General nearby? Because here, like in Kentucky as a whole, they're every 2 miles. No joke, Dollar Generals are literally like an infestation. They're an epidemic. I'm gonna start off with Nearly Nude. I'm gonna go into this matte skin tone ivory kind of shade to set my primer down. Okay, going into Sultry Sunset, I'm gonna take that perfect matte tan, put that in my crease. Look at this, bing bang bop. I got a little definition in the crease. I'm telling you, this is my favorite crease shade. Now I'm gonna go into, let's see, let's just kind of like flip flop around. I'm gonna go into the matte brown in the Nearly Nude palette. There's like no kick up or debris in this. I just don't want to spend a lot of time blending if I don't have to. Like, I've got things to do. I'm a busy mom. I barely have time to put makeup on most days. So like, these formulas that are so overly pigmented, like, oh, they swatch good, but like if they're hard to work with on the eyes, like, I'm over it. All right, let's do, actually, nope. I got another product here. We're going to jump back into the palettes in just a second. This is the Revlon Color Stay Cream eyeshadow out of the shade Praline. I actually have two more. I have Creme Brulee and Espresso. Also very pretty, but Praline, this is the magic. It's this really universally flattering, like rosy, mauve-y, taupey bronze shade. It's one of those that looks good and pairs well with pretty much every eyeshadow color. You're gonna see how waterproof they are in a waterproof makeup testing video, but I'm telling you, like, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give you a little heads up, like, this is waterproof. It has such a pretty sheen, and just like the shimmer, it's not too chunky or anything. Like, it's not a super dry formula. I'm not joking, like, this will seriously last all day long. Okay, going back to the Nearly Nude palette, I should probably swatch some of these for you. That would probably be helpful. Here's the shimmers in the Nearly Nude palette. Like, they're so buttery and just soft and pigmented. Like, the combination of like the color story is on point. Let's just take this shimmery bronze shade right here and kind of put it in between that lighter shade and that dark matte brown. Just kind of make a gradient and kind of fuse the shimmer into the matte. I'll go back into that butter creamy shade and just put this on my brow bone just to clean everything up and just make it look nice and bright. So for eyeliner, I have the Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil. I have a brown, I have a black, and I also have a nude. And these are seriously one of the most long-wearing formulas I've ever tried. Not only are these like super pigmented and just like creamy, glidey, buttery, like there's no tugging to be had with these. The pigmentation and intensity of these is just, it's phenomenal. And it's one of those formulas that sets down, but like it doesn't set down too fast where you have to work really quick with it. It's a perfect, like, super forgiving, but also like budge resistant kind of formula. Look at how black that is. Like, that is just the definition of jet black. And it's $3. Did I mention that? It's $3. All right, so I got a little fallout on my face. So to clean it up, let's go ahead and do Let's do some primer. This is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Primer. At first glance, there's nothing really special about this primer. Like it's not mattifying, it's not pore blurring, it's not like a gripping primer. Here's what it looks like. So it almost just looks like a basic like hydrating primer. And now that I look at it, it does have like a gold sheen, like gold like shimmer throughout. It's very, very fine. It doesn't show up on the skin or anything. Like I didn't know it had gold shimmer until today. Every time I wear this, no matter what the foundation is, no matter how hot it is, like my skin and my makeup always stays looking absolutely flawless from start to finish. My foundation and my makeup seems to last longer whenever I wear this. My skin just stays looking just so fresh and just very juicy and plump. Let's do a little side by side to see if we can see a difference. I don't think we'll be able to. It's one of those that the effect is very subtle. Like it's not one that you see like upon observation. Like it's one that you see the effects of it once you have your makeup on. This side just looks more like lively. So on the other side, I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1. This is seriously like washing a filter over your face in real time. This is more mattifying, more pore filling, just very blurring to the skin. I feel like this one kind of has negative reviews online for some reason. Like I really don't know why, but it's just like this whipped, moussey kind of texture. With most pore filling primers, you want to pat them in because that actually helps fill the pores in better. But with this, there's no rhyme or reason. Like you could just like blend it on like you normally would, and it actually does have a little bit of coverage. So if you just want to put this on, like if your skin is looking pretty good but you just want to kind of even it out a little bit, can you see how much more mattified and smooth this side looks? And like my pores vanished. By the way, I'm in the shade Lights. This is another one that literally, like no joke, with every single foundation I use this with, it makes it look absolutely poreless and flawless and just like it sits so nicely underneath the foundation. So right now the trend is a pink under eye, like pink brighteners. And I feel like all these influencers nowadays just kind of forget about like OG products that have been there the entire time, like through all the different trends. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the shade Pink. Is that what's called? 160 Pink. It has that beautiful sponge tip applicator, which again, everyone forgot about this being like the OG sponge tip applicator product. Oh, Charlotte Tilbury, oh, sorry. No. So yeah, there's what it looks like from side to side. Blends out so well with your fingers. Like you don't need a sponge, you don't need a brush, just tap that shit out. So yeah, the magic in this kind of product is not how it looks like by itself. It's how it looks when you put foundation and concealer on top of it. So let's go ahead and do that. So for foundation, this has been a long time love of mine, and literally like I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about it, especially in the recent years, but this is the Perfusion Feel Good Skin Long Wear Skin Perfector. It has hyaluronic acid, it says medium to full coverage, natural satin finish, SPF 15. You can find this at Walmart, you can find it online at Walmart, I know for sure. You can find it maybe on Amazon. In the shade Light 1 Warm Yellow. If I have not made it clear about natural satin finishes, they are the best. A natural or satin finish foundation or concealer, no matter what the case may be, will work well for every skin type. It's actually a pretty thick kind of formula, but it's not the kind of thick where it looks really makeup-y, like really heavy on the skin. This is seriously like pregnancy skin in a bottle. I'm gonna go up here and show you guys the coverage. So I've got some blemishes and just some red spots and unevenness. So I'm just gonna dab over that with whatever's left over on my brush from working down here. And as you can see, gone. It's a nice like glowy satin finish, but it actually has some setting power to it. Like it's not a super like greasy over the top glowy finish. Like if you have oily skin like me, like I have oily skin, I probably should have mentioned that beforehand. I have oily skin and this doesn't make me greasy or shiny. It holds up all day long. It looks so just fresh and radiant on the skin. There's the foundation with one layer and it is looking hella good. I feel like I should go back up to the eyes because I kind of look a little blank up there. So this is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara. Is it Lash It Loud or Lash Out Loud? I think Benefit Their Real mascara, which is a big deal several years ago. This is seriously the exact same thing. Got that same little like ball tip applicator at the end that makes it really easy to apply in the inner and outer corners. It's not messy. It lasts all day. Doesn't flake or smudge on me. This is another one that for some reason has bad reviews online and I don't get it. It separates but not too much. Like it defines every lash, but it also multiplies them to where it just makes your lashes look very full, very fluffy, very doll-eyed. Definitely more of a volumizing formula than length. I mean, there's still length here. It's not like I've got nothing. Not too dry, not too wet. Like it builds up so well. And look at that, like just open and emphasize, like beautiful. So yeah, despite the unreasonable amount of negative reviews online, this stuff is worth a shot. Also, check out the brightness under the eyes, like so good. Concealer. Okay, I feel like I've heard about the same like 5 concealers for the past year now, and no one talks about this one. This is the Catrice True Skin Concealer. This is like top 3 for me. I actually saw a video yesterday that made a really good point. She was saying that, like, don't put concealer out here because this is where, like, we get, like, you know, we wrinkle up and stuff. So if you have product there, then it's just gonna wrinkle up. So I think I'm just gonna do this. I'm in the shade Warm Macadamia, by the way. Yeah, this is full coverage. It's super fast to blend out. It sits so well under the eyes, like very minimal creasing, if any at all. It's so smoothing and like milky looking, and it holds up literally all day long. So yeah, there's one layer, but I do want to build it up just a little bit. I mean, it's pretty much a full coverage right out the gate, but if you have some dark circles and like caveage, you may want to like lightly layer it up, but it layers up on itself really well. It doesn't start looking cakey or thick or crepey or anything. Like, I'm so sick of people recommending concealers that are just bone dry and matte and just not a good match for under the eyes. Like, it makes no sense to recommend a super mattifying, drying concealer for under the eyes. I don't care how full coverage it is, Brittany. Like, it looks horrible. Okay, so jumping back and forth just a little bit, I'm gonna go back up to the brows because I look like a naked mole rat. This is the NYX Precision Brow Pencil, and this is one that I've repped on my channel for so many years now. This right here is my favorite brow pencil of all time. You can't convince me there's a better one out there. No one talks about it. Like, I'm afraid if no one's talking about it for a long period of time, they're gonna discontinue it because that's what brands do. The formula of this is seriously the perfect ratio of pigmentation to creaminess. It's not too creamy to where it just, like, if you keep layering it, it kind of pulls itself off and starts getting waxy. Like, it's not too waxy. But what's the most special about this, in my opinion, is the shape of this, because it's not the typical like Anastasia Brow Wiz kind of shape where it's that little like fine tip, precise kind of pencil. It's like a three-dimensional flat shape. Like, I don't know if I'd call it like rectangle, but it's kind of like a rectangle. It makes it so easy and fast to like outline and define the top and bottom, especially where it's so creamy and pigmented. I love this so much that this is the only pencil that I carry in my freelance makeup kit. Like, seriously, I've not found a better pencil, and I've tried a lot. Not to mention the ash brown, which is the shade that I'm using today. It is literally the most perfect like taupey brown shade. Like, it's not too taupe and it's not too warm. It's just perfection. Oh my god, I would say the majority of my clients get this shade on them. It just somehow works for every hair color. All right, so there's brows done. Everything's just coming together so beautifully. Hopefully you can see the magic that is my skin right now. Like, this is what it looks like unset. I've been sitting here for about probably 10 to 15 minutes, so this is how it's gonna look if you don't set it with powder. For blush, I'm using one that's been an OG of mine for several years now. Like, this is my OG favorite cream blush. This is the ColourPop Super Shock blushes. They're just like a putty, moussey kind of cream texture, but this is seriously the longest wearing blush I think I've tried, especially for oily skin. I'm gonna show you two different shades because you never know if one gets discontinued. You gotta back up. The first one I have is No Way, which is almost like a Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm kind of shade. It's just this really pretty rosy pink shade with like a gold iridescence like sheen to it. But yeah, the shimmer finishes are kind of like a highlighter and blush hybrid. Like, it almost looks like I've got a separate highlighter on. Like, it just makes the cheeks look so juicy and plump, but not, like I said, greasy or shiny. The other one I'm gonna show is Drop of Hat. Drop of Hat. It should be Drop of the Hat. That's weird. Yeah, this one is kind of like that one's sister. Like, this is more corally and this one's more pink. So it's the same kind of like gold sheen, like gold iridescence that gives you that really pretty like Charlotte Tilbury kind of look, but it's just more of an orange tone. So there's what that one looks like. A Drop of Hat and No Way. They look really similar, but yeah, this one's definitely more of like a burnt orange kind of undertone, which love. Okay, so let's talk about cream highlighter. Even though I don't need it, I'm gonna show you anyway. I actually depotted these because I had so many. I've really been into depotting and trying to use up, like, seeing everything that I have in one palette is just very, I don't know, very rewarding to me. So this is the AOA Studio Velour Mousse highlighter. So all of these right here are those highlighters. This is seriously the best affordable cream highlighter. Number one, all the shades are named after Britney Spears songs, which so cool. My favorite shades are For You, as in slay for you. I feel like this is a pretty universal one. Like, I think this is gonna be one that like everyone can wear. And then I have Sometimes, you know, Sometimes I Run. This one's more of a pale champagne, so if you're lighter, then this would probably be better for you. I think the other one, let's do a little side by side. So here's Sometimes and here is For You. So I think For You is just a tad bit more of a dark champagne, not too dark, just a little bit darker. Then I have Lucky, and they say she's so lucky. This one's also champagne. This is like a whitish champagne, and it's got more of like an apricot kind of undertone to it. Then I have Private Show, which is a tad bit more of a bronzy champagne. Also, if you have a darker skin tone, then Stronger is so pretty, but I actually think they misspelled it and they called it Stonger. Stronger is a really pretty goldy bronze shade. So again, Do they have this one in stock? Probably not. As of right now, all they have is Boys, Clumsy, Lucky, and Circus. Lucky's the only one that I showed today that they actually have in stock right now. So yeah, that's the peachy apricot champagne one. So again, very universal. So if you just want to try it, like I think this could work for a lot of different skin tones. What I like to do, my friends, is just kind of like dip my finger into all of them. Shop may say for some reason, either they won't keep them in stock or they're getting rid of them. And if that's the case, I'm hella pissed. Because one day I'll look and like sometimes, for example, will be on there and the next day I'll look and it won't be. So I don't know if Shop Say takes down stuff if they're out of stock. They don't do that for some things. Like with most things that I see, like if they're out of stock, it'll just say can't add to your cart. It's out of stock. So yeah, there's what that looks like. So I think it speaks for itself. You cannot see any shimmer particles or glitter. Like it just gives you a straight, dewy, glassy, sheeny kind of glow. And like this goals. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and finish up the rest of my face, like finish up my lips and my lower lash line. And I'm gonna come back and show you one more product that will blow your mind. Okay, bibbity boppity boop. The last product I have is one of the best setting sprays I've ever tried. I recently got the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush, what was it called? The airbrush flawless setting spray or something like that. I've only used it a couple of times, but I did really like it. I do feel like it really does improve the wear of your makeup. And I think I found a dupe for it. The Revlon, another Revlon product. What the heck? Revlon Color Stay Lock Setting Mist. So this is brand new. They have an entire line. Like they have like a gripping primer that's mattifying. I haven't tried it because I don't like matte. They have this and they have a couple other things that are kind of like this like black sleek looking packaging, but I kid you not, this is one that will literally improve the wear of anything. See, I'm just gonna spray a little bit because I'm about to go to bed and take this off, so we not gonna waste it. This has made every foundation I wear with it last for like 12 hours plus sometimes, like that, like in the summertime on oily skin. Every time I've used this, it's been for some kind of special occasion when I need my makeup to last for a very long time. I need it to be like sweat proof, humidity proof, sun proof, like all of it. And every time I look in the mirror, like when I get back in from being outside or whatever, my makeup looks so good. Yeah, this has become like OG status, most trusted setting spray. So that is it for products that I think should be viral. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that if you do decide to try any of this stuff, you enjoyed it as much as I do. So in the comments below, I want to hear what your favorite product is that's not viral. Like what is your like secret favorite non-viral product that everyone should know about? I want to get in on the secrets too. We don't gatekeep. So if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more like it, then make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Here's a couple more things for you to check out next. So just venture around the channel, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff. Everything I use today and everything I'm wearing on my face will be linked below in the description box, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.